All right, guys, what a day in the futures markets. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Nasdaq 100 E-mini futures. Got absolutely destroyed today. And what I'm going to try to show you in this video is how to use a simple trend line. Okay, we're not going to look at indicators. We're not going to look at MACD or Bollinger Bands. All we're going to do is we're going to draw a simple trend line. I'm going to show you how to set up your charts to look exactly like this. And I'm going to show you how a simple trend line nailed a monster sell-off for a very successful short signal today. Let's do it. All right, what's happening, traders? Hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead and get into today's recap. Beautiful day for trading the futures markets. If you're like me and you've been salivating and drooling at the opportunity to try to call a top on the NQ, you definitely got your chance today. So what I'm going to show you here, guys, is my dual trend line approach, what I like to call my multi-time frame trend line. All right, and I've been getting a lot of questions, and first of all, thank you for everyone for your questions. Really appreciate them. I do my best to answer everybody's questions in a timely fashion, but this is not complicated, guys. All right, all we're doing here is we are trying to grab, higher time frame data, as you can see displayed here in this chart, and we want to draw this data into another chart like this, which is a smaller time frame chart. Now, I call it master and slave strategies. People call them, higher time frame, lower time frame. You can call them whatever you want. All right, but let's just go ahead and label this. All right, so where should we write this down? We'll pop it right here in the bottom left. All right, so this is a T-bar higher time frame. Okay, and what we also have here open on a second tab is the same symbol, the Nasdaq E-mini futures, and then this is the smaller time frame. And this should be obvious, guys, right? Just by simply looking at the chart display. All right, think of contrasting a 30-minute chart, higher time frame 30-minute chart with a 1-minute chart. They are going to look noticeably different simply because the higher time frame chart is going to be a little bit more clean looking, and the smaller time frame chart is certainly going to look a little messy. But the point behind the smaller time frame chart is to look for low risk setups, within the context of the higher time frame chart. Makes sense? Now let's get to the good stuff. All right, I'm going to show you how to really drill down on a microscopic level and isolate only the highest probability setups while also maintaining a low risk profile, right? There's no such thing as a guaranteed trade. I think you guys should know that. But what we try to do is we try to look for low risk, high probability setups in the sense that we want to try to get to break even as quick as possible, right? And after that, we just simply want to play with house money. So what I'm going to do here is pay attention to this build right here. Can you see this? This label here, Super Trendline Shorts. This is the name of the build. This is the name of the dual time frame, multi-time frame trendline approach. All right. Once you find that in your display, guys, all right, all you have to do is check this box. That's it. Just check that box and then hit OK. Let's give this a few seconds here. We have to confirm your order confirmation here, and kaboom! Do you see all of these drawing objects? Let me quickly explain to you what just happened here inside the smaller time frame chart. So what just happened here, guys, is all of these drawing objects, this trend line and all of these red dots, were drawn and captured and pulled, you could say, from this chart right over here, the higher time frame chart. Make sense? So this trend line here that was drawn on the higher time frame chart, has now been populated into the smaller time frame chart, and it's the same trend line, right? All we've done here, guys, is we've drawn that master trend line into the slave chart. That's all we've done. So let me just go ahead and delete some of this text here to clean up the chart, and let me show you the beautiful, crystal clear, perfect setup from today. All right, let's check this out here. Now, I know you guys can see this red trend line here. Okay, this was a system drawn trend line. What does it mean? Well, whenever the market breaks the purple, okay, what you're going to see happening is red slave trend lines also be drawn in the chart. And these red trend lines are tied to the purple. That's it. Okay? So you could sort of think of, the purple as kind of arming yourself, but you don't do anything, right? You're starting to pay attention when you get a break of this purple, but only right here when you get a red do you even think about going short on that trend line break right there. The strategy is going to place a stop for you 1 tick or 2 ticks above the most recent swing high, okay? And if we squish this in, look at that sell-off, right? I mean, that was it. There was literally only one trade set up from today. While all those other idiots were trying to fuss around and go short here and go long here, driving themselves mad, right? The beauty about the super trend lines is you don't get a lot of setups, especially when you've identified your bias, okay, from a higher time frame chart. Does that make sense? Like I said, guys, this is not supposed to be brain surgery or rocket science. You need to react quickly, as you know, especially if you're trading the Nasdaq emini futures. This market is a beast. In my opinion, this is better than any Forex pair, any stock symbol, any options type of trading. The NQ, man, I'm telling you, this is where all of the action is. And when you combine a higher time frame and smaller time frame approach, as you can see, the setups just look clean. They're not going to drive you mad. You don't have to keep overthinking it the way that you would if you were trading this indicator BS garbage candlestick indicator chart, right? I can guarantee you that 95% of traders who were looking at this BS today got their heads chopped off, while professional futures traders were simply scanning the market for good, high probability setups using nothing more than a dual trend line, what I like to call super trend line based approach. Make sense? Hey, listen, guys, thanks for watching today's recap. If you'd like to see a demo on the super trend lines, get in touch, and I'll see you on the next trade.